presenting forms, ITF Tae-Kwon-Do forms. What are forms for? Too often we say forms are designed to simulate the real situation, real self-defense situations, but it is not. Forms are designed to exercise your body parts so that when you execute techniques, it's there. So forms are designed to exercise all your parts of body so that you gain the maximum power impact. All right, chunji, first form is a chunji. Chunji consists of basically one or the other, two things, very simple. You guys can do along with me too, you see? For instance, number one, put your palm up. Bring to the center. From center, go outward. Do it again. Palm up, downward. Palm up, downward. Palm up, downward. Palm up, downward. Okay, very good. We had a palm up to begin with. The other way, palm down. Then strike with the inside edge. Twist. Together, twist. Together, twist. Once more, twist. Very good. So we had up. First one palms up, the other one palms down. All right? Now combine these two things. Bring your right hand palm facing up. Whichever palm facing up is on top of the other palm. And cross. So go outward. Do it again. Outward. Again. Outward. Very good. Change your hand. Whichever hand is on top. Palm up. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now see if you can alternate. Right hand on top, left hand on top, right hand on top, left hand on top. Very good. All right. Now, right hand on top. Now, you try to apply entire body into the striking or walking motion, watching. Or you can do this way, or you can bring minor hand. I call this minor hand. This major hand, because you're basically striking with this hand. So when you strike with a major hand, minor hand comes back. Okay? I want you to do this way. Both hands, so you can feel. Okay, everybody right hand on top to the right. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Left hand on top. If the left hand is on top, you are going toward your left. Left. 2, 3. And right hand on top. Your right. Left hand on top. Your left. And right. And left. Once more. One more. Very good. Notice I explained at the beginning from center to outward. We call that outward motions. All right. We've been doing palm up and strike. Now, palms downward, strike. Now, cross your hand, right hand under. 2, 3. One more. Very good. The other hand under. 1, 2, 3. All right, right hand under to your right. Left hand under to your left. Right hand under to your right. Left hand under to your left. Very good. That's it. First one, palm up. The other hand, palm down. Remember, both hands are going outward. And whichever hand is on top, it's the direction you're going. Whichever hand is on top, you're going that direction. Opposite of that is whichever hand is under, not on top, under. That's the direction you're going. Whichever hand is under, go that way. And this becomes that. becomes, both hands are closed. Again, to the other side. This becomes, that becomes, you can close both hands. All right, now finally, third, I cover two things. Third one, all right, everybody, bring your hands out. Remember last time from center to outward? Now from outward to inward, we call that inward motion. Again, 2, 3. All right, now we started with the palm down. It's a palm up. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Where do we use this? All right. This hand, remember, palm up. Right hand palm up. Left hand palm down. All right. Bring whichever hand palm up to the hip. Strike. 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 Close your hand when you strike. Close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Remember, I mentioned how to use your whole body, the direction of your hand. The direction of your hand. Similarly, when you punch, before you punch, make sure you cock your body backwards. So you apply entire body into it. Cock first, and then into it. All right? And we're right hand back. Cock your right hip back, forward. Left hip back and forward. Right hip back and forward. One more. Very good. All right, let's do this punch by stepping forward. You are applying the forward momentum into the punch. One thing you shouldn't do is this. Your hip is straight already. Straight. And you step in first. Step in first. No, no, no. When you step in, you got to make use of the stepping. As you step in, you cock your body, look at your hip, as if you're ready to throw a ball. Then, make use of this stepping momentum going into the punch, not froze. See, you wasted the stepping motion, stepping momentum. So make sure when you punch, use the stepping as a means so we'll accelerate further. As the foot touches the floor, bang! As the foot touches the floor, bang! Very good. Similarly, when you block, remember, I use the whole body rotation. Similarly, if I want to step to my right, I look to the direction right and step in laterally, sideways, so that I save this rotation into the motion. Into the motion. So you must not step facing forward and swing arms separately. You must use the stepping as a means of acceleration, accelerating further. As the foot touches the floor, bang, happens. Everything, one after another. Bang, happens. Then you stepping in, punch. And there's another blocking motion in Chunji. This was outer forearm strike. In order to do inner forearm strike, you bring it under, then step into the motion. Instead of a front stance, hind leg straight, you do L stance. We call it L stance. In case of L stance, you pivot only the stepping forward. Front stance, you pivot both feet. Both feet. All right, now we are ready. Ronnie Parsons will be performing Chunji form. Then Cheryl McIntyre will be performing Chunji form. Then 4 members will be performing another way of performing Chunji. Okay, Ronnie Parson to move up here. Sir, right? To the center. Chunji. Good job. All right, you have just seen a 20 form. Now, next form is known as Tangun. And also remember, you must know the meaning of each form, what Chunji means, who Tangun was, and so forth. Now, in Tangun, what do you have? Something new. In Tangun, remember last time, outward motion, you cross your head, this way. 2 hands are going opposite directions. Whichever hand is on top or inside, okay, you're going that direction. And you're swinging both hands, same direction. Center, bring to one side, so you go the other way. From the other way to this one. That's something new you have to perfect. And in addition, you have to perfect another technique. That is to say, this time, remember, we did both palms up and that's downward twisting. Or downward becomes upward twisting. This time, both palms up. And the direction you're going hand is on top. So remember, you did this. Now this becomes same idea. This becomes, one hand becomes high. So if you're going to the left, cut like this, so your whole body goes to the left, toward this hand. This one blocking over your head, this one blocking somebody punching you. And right hand on top, go to your right. Left hand on top, go to your left. Right hand on top, go to your right. And in Tangun, you do this with a closed fist. Both hands are closed. Both hands are closed. That's it. And blocking overhead is nothing new. It's the same thing as blocking lower, then from low to high. High to low, low to high. Opposite. That's it. That's what makes Tangun. 2 more new techniques you have to master. All right, next, Ronnie Parsons. So move up here. Perform Tangun. Tangun. move out next year or facing the other way. No. Move out and stop. Next form is what? Tosan. We have seen the Chunji, Tangun, and Tosan. What's new in Tosan? The new techniques you have to perfect. For the first time, something very interesting. You guys, you can punch like this too. See, from outside the center like this. Center. Then remember, one hand down, the other hand up. So you can twist, corkscrew, corkscrew, corkscrew. You can do it with open hand. Open hand. All right, now, here, pierce. Pierce. One more. You're piercing with the tip of your fingers, even like this. All right, now, if you're piercing with the right hand, the other hand is blocking something. Kick is coming, so pressing that kick instead of getting hit, pressing down. So you're doing this. All right, do this. Pump, up and down. Up becomes downward. One more. All right, let's do the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now, I twist this over complete. But you are supposed to twist halfway. Why? Let me explain in a minute. Go ahead, twist it. When you do middle to the solar plexus, you are not turning all over. You are turning halfway. The other hand, halfway. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Very good. I twisted down. Accidentally, I made a mistake. If you are striking high between the eyes right here, then you turn downward. Okay, do that again. One more. Left hand. All the way down. All the way down. One more. Okay, middle with the right hand. Left with the right hand, left hand. Right to the high. Left to the high. So it depends on whether you end up this way, that way. Depends on where you're striking. Remember, midsection, there's a rib cage. If you strike like this, the tip of your fingers get caught on, what do you call that? Bony. Sternum. Yeah, the bone, you see? By doing this, you can penetrate it. You can evade the bone structure. You go right inside, so you can really strike hard to make the person really so he cannot continue fighting. So remember this, and there are two different things. That's practically, that's the only one you have to perfect. And another thing you have to perfect has to do with after you pierce, you are being grabbed. Let me demonstrate. Yeah, Laura said, oh, that way then I have to do this with the other hand. Her right hand, and I'm being grabbed on my left hand. Yeah. We are assuming after pierce she grabbed me, right? And go the other way, so the camera can see much better. Now, see that? Where's the opening? Here's the opening. So this is what we are trying to do. And at the same time, see, it's very difficult. So what I do is I just press. She's pressing toward me, so let her press toward me, I go against it. So you can simply go like this. Or just press forward. That's the whole idea of loosening the hold. And another addition you have after you do wedging block, you're kicking, front kick, then follow the punch. So for the first time, you see a front kick. All right, who's going to perform? Go ahead, Ronnie Parson. I'll be using Ronnie and Cheryl, okay? alternating. Then when we come to block belt forms, then Master Ed and Master Laura alternating. Next form is called Won-Hyo. Won-Hyo. Won-Hyo is the name of a Buddhist monk who introduced Buddhism from China to Korea during Silla dynasty. Won-Hyo form, what's new in this particular form, new techniques? For the first time, you have a remember at Chunji, I explained inward, coming to the center, and you'll be chopping with a knife edge. And when you chop somebody, you try to grab back over that enemy's head or grab the collar. So you bring the chopping neck toward you. It's more powerful. Bam, like this. So that's something new in Won-Hyo. Then what else is new in Won-Hyo? All right? For the first time, you have quite a challenge to execute the reverse blocking. Remember, right now, at this Won-Hyo level, you must perfect reverse blocking. If you don't perfect the reverse blocking right now, even after you're a black belt, even after you're a master or grandmaster, you're going to screw it up big time. So pay attention. I'm going to demonstrate the meaning of reverse block. We call this reverse punch. Left hand forward, left hand punch. Right hand punch with the right foot forward. We coined the word reverse in contrast to reverse. Okay? If I move my left foot and punch with the right, we call the reverse punch. So almost 80 to 90% of the blocking techniques are reverse. Very few reverse blocking. Let me demonstrate what I mean by reverse. This is reverse blocking. But you can block it reversely by stepping forward with the left foot and block with the right hand. One thing you shouldn't do, watch me. I'm going to block with my right hand on top and cock like this. And step in left foot. It's almost impossible. So when you do reverse blocking, instead of moving toward the direction of the arm, right arm, that is to say, hip and shoulder, body is moving to the right, no, opposite. Remember this, you're moving your hip and everything. So you have to cross your hands not like this, to the center. And when you step left foot, right hand, notice shoulders straight, hips straight, just like a reverse punch. You block forward. By the time you finish, see that how right arm, right shoulder is moving forward? And in order to do this, you have to, good idea, to leave a curve like this. Again, cross back to back, throw your forward, not the other way. This is the difficulty most people face. They don't understand it, and they screw it up big time. So, for the first time you see in one hyo, you step in with the left, you block, you roll, then another person to punch in your face. Reverse inner forearm block. Remember that. Then you follow up with a kick and punch. All right, you're going to see this one hyo form. Running.
Sir.
one hyo 준비. Together, feet together. 시작. Reverse block. Reverse block with the left. One. Two.
Be a little oblivious.
Yes. Two. 준비. 시작. One. 하나, two. Yeah. Good job. Okay, what's next? After one hyo? Yulgo. Known as Confucius of Korea. What's new? What are the new techniques you have to master before you even think about doing Yulgo form? All right, in this form, for the first time, you have a burst block and reverse block. Let me demonstrate what I mean by that. You do these blocks very slowly, so you can define very clearly. Okay, don't do it too fast. I'm going to step in with my left. First, obviously, left hand block. See, I'm blocking with the left, then right hand. I'm just doing blocking part. Left hand block, right hand block. See how I put. Remember this? It's not that way, the other way. So watch me again. Left hand, after you block, then put your, so you are trying to grab and twist. Then after you block, then put your, open this so you can grab and twist. Again, looks like this. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. You got that? All right, you'll go. And what else is there new hopping, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, back faster.
Here.
For the first time in Yulgo, you may ask, what's the purpose of hopping? Some people say, so you can jump hard. Nothing to do with that. All right, Ronnie, come up here. It's a matter of distance. I'm this far. See, I'm trying to strike to his temple. No way I can reach, no matter how big a step I take. So, what do? Close the gap, okay, by hopping. Bang! To the temple. See that? If I don't hopping in, there is no way I can reach his temple. So when you hop, don't jump upward. Don't waste your energy. Wrong place, not upward. Go as low as stay as low as you can. Okay. All right, you'll go for. Is there anything else new? Most of the things are. For the first time, yeah. After the kick, that horizontal to the ground, the elbow. Where you use this, For instance, here. You can call it a roundhouse elbow. You can, if I'm straight in front, then I go this way. If I'm off to the side, further to the side, further to the side. See the distance. Okay, very good. What else? Is there something new? Oh, there's a double hand. Now, remember back-to-back crossing? Remember Tangun? Both hands are going same direction. Okay? Remember this hand is outer forearm, outer edge of your knife hand. In Yulgo, both palms facing down. So when you deliver, both palms are facing up. Downward becomes upward. And you do this with a closed hand. That's something new. Okay, running passes. But third, Yulgo. Ready for punch. Ready for left hand, left right. Inward block, punch. Block and kick, punch, punch. Reverse and reverse, punch. Then side kick. And the elbow. Side kick and the elbow. Yeah. One punch. Up. Back fist. Yeah. Then block your right and left. Whoa. Good job. Channel. Kick back. Go. Your right. Your left. Reverse and reverse. Reverse and reverse block. Punch. Side kick. Elbow. Punch, back fist. One, good job. All right, next form is Jungun. Who was a Jungun?
He's the assassin.
Assassin, yeah, simply put. He was a Korean patriot. He is a killer, Japanese governor in Korea after Japan took over Korea. That's a history. Something like that is going on throughout the human history, nothing new. All right, Jungun form. For the first time, you see a circular blocking motion. All hand motions can be circular, but the 80 to 90% of blocking motions are what I call half circle. Very few are complete circle. Let me explain what I mean by that. When I do this, it's a semicircle, half the circle. I can start the hand where I end, then watch me. I make a full circle from here to there. See? From here to there. Half circle. Punch two. From here to this, semicircle. If I want to, I can make a full circle. Watch me. See, See, instead of a semicircle punch, I deliberately go like this. Then I watch me, how I make a bing. See, shoo. It's much more powerful. The sooner you take off, the more acceleration you can create. Car standing, dead stop, to accelerate, it takes tremendous energy to get moving. As soon as the car starts moving, it can take off. So circular motion has that advantage of accelerating faster. More acceleration means more power. So where does it come in for the first time? I just demonstrated any kind of blocking, semicircle can become circular. Any kind of punch, semicircular punch become complete circular motion. And this one is very unique. Normally, watch, imagine circles like this. Your starting point is here, so half circle. This is a very interesting blocking. You can block upward, downward, sideways, or inward. So we are talking about deflecting side to side or up and down. So this motion is the upward blocking. Watch me. Remember, this is a semicircle. I end up here, so I start there. Watch me. Then another semicircle. Then semi, full circle. Okay? When you perform full circle, there's a problem of timing of your footing, your body going in. So at this stage of the game, you must perfect this full circle motion. So what I advise you to do is swing. Say swing and step. Say you guys swing, step.
Swing step.
What I'm saying is, you see?
Step.
See, I'm going to make a full circle from here to here. Okay? I say swing until this hand is a semicircle position. Then stepping in. Again. Now watch. Swing it, then step in. Swing first, then step in later. Then you cannot go wrong. Swing, step. You can do very slowly. Swing, step. Swing, step. Swing, step. Swing, step. As fast as you want. As fast as you want. And so on. And this block is done in cat stance. Cat stance. Is there anything else, something new in Chungun? Yeah, this time after you block, then you straight up because target is right in front of you. Target is not to the side. Remember in Wonyo? You said you go or Wonyo? You go. After the kick. This one, Chungun, elbow straight. Don't stop right there. Then you're hitting here like this. As if you're punching behind you. This way you're really making a good contact way back, not here. Anything else new? Well, that's about. All right, and there's another.
There's two more.
Yeah, Laura, you were doing what?
Well, this was done.
Okay, Laura, come up here.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to explain that it doesn't matter how you loosen the hold. Left hand, grab my wrist. Where's the opening? Here.
The thumb.
Here's the opening. Weakest point is right here. Don't go like that. Okay, the other hand. Don't go like this. There's no opening. Opening is the other one. So see? That's the whole point of this form. So it doesn't matter. After you strike, being held like this, then go this way. If you're being held like that, go that way. So you have a choice of one or the other one. Do both ways. However you do it, make sure when you, instead of loosely sideways, use your momentum forward. And just to right, and push forward. It's much more powerful, effective. Similarly, forward and this way. And similarly to this way, and at the same time, see this way. Just as if it hit her like this. Block, kick, and it's scoop. Block and kick. Kick with the front foot. Scoop. Scoop and step. next form, what's the next form?
되게.
Now, 되게, Ronnie, you never noticed,
되게.
if I don't go around and they correct, you know, a lot of places they mispronounce very badly. Chö. Remember chö? Can you say chö?
주.
General Choi? Because in English you don't have a chö. Is sound. I think in German or something like they have a chö.
In Norwegian they do.
Yeah, they should have. chö. 되게. 되게. It's better to 되게 than 되게 or something like that. 되게. 되게 form. Remember, you look it up in a textbook to learn every form, what it means. Okay, 되게 form, what's new? There, for the first time, you come across both as one lower and then another middle. Both palms, one downward and the other one middle. Happens. And what else is new? Yeah, and there's a W known as this again. W blocking is most widely abused and misused. Abused. W for blocking. Laura, come up here. It's nothing new. It's an inward blocking. Put your facing one hand, front stance. You can block this way, inward block. Remember inward? Inward block, the other way. So it's the same thing as moving in and block here, or deflected this way or that way. Same thing, you're doing this, and the moment you step down, you're blocking right here. And you end up in horseback riding stance. You're blocking this way. See that? You deflect it. Put it away. It's not this way, it's something else. From outside to inside blocking in a horseback riding stance. Thank you. And another reason why too often people interpret this in foot blocking, no. You raise the foot high so you can stomp down. Stomping. When you get into horseback riding stance, you have to stomp it. If you don't stomp, as General Choi explained to me, if you don't stomp, stomping bolts your body right down into the ground, grounding, balancing purpose. Anything else new?
Yeah.
Okay, here's another circular motion. Remember, you can do this half circle. This is a half circle. This is a full circle. You start to make a full circle. Start where the hands end up right here. So watch me. Here, see, you cock your body. Then when you step in, remember, swing first. Don't step in along with the swing. Swing later, stepping in. Swing step. Okay, that's another one, something new to you. All right? And anything else, something new you have to thoroughly master before you getting into learning this form. All right? Are you ready?
Sir.
Sir. On 되게 form. 되게 준비. Okay, you guys watching?
Yes, sir.
Go. Jump over. Come on. All right, step on. Next step.
This is over, Garden.
Next. The jumping part, we have to understand. Remember hopping, to close the gap? That's one thing. Jumping, you really have to high up and tuck your foot. When you jump over, don't drag your foot to get caught. This can be a chair or table, you see? So make sure when you jump, you tuck your knee away from getting caught. And as you land, there's an obstacle, and there's a good guy, your friend, facing that way, away from another bad guy trying to kick him, you see? It's opposite. The good guy is right here, and he's totally oblivious of what's going on. And the bad guy is coming from behind, trying to kick him, kick his butt, literally. So I'm trying to, good guy, so I'm trying to jump over an obstacle and try to intercept, see, kick him this way. You got the picture now? That's the purpose of this. Jumping high, and as you land, you cross blocking this way. Around four. Just I want to remind you just two things. For the first time, you have a circular head motion. Try to hit the top of the head. Hammering down. Notice I deliberately kept my one hand back here and use one hand. Remember, all of us have two arms. Every time you do something with the hand, you never, I said never, swing one hand. Always both hands. Do the same thing or opposite things. Remember that both hands must be twisting. I'll get into details about this when you do a real application of sparring in combinations after the forms are over. I'm going to emphasize that. So from here, now remember, I don't swing just one hand. Remember, automatically the other hand comes. See, move together, synchronize together. So that's you can do a closed fist, or you can do the open hand, straight overhand. That's one thing, and another thing is a reverse punch. After you block in front stance, then L stance, fixed stance, and block punching, known as a reverse punch, fixed stance punch, very wide. All right, Ronnie, Parsons. Go. Next.
Thanks, sir.
Cheryl, facing the other way.
Yes, sir.
I'm running out of fields.
Wow. Sure. Good job.
That's not fair. You're just a second.
Laura was watching that.
I'm teasing you. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Wait a bit. Wait, you look like Jane.
Grandmaster.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, you guys, what's the next form?
Chummu.
This is the first black belt form. By the time you reach to this point, something new, something you have never seen before,
Oh, the twist.
no problem.
The spin.
you can figure out very easily, very quickly. So from here on, Master Ed and Master Lord are going to perform one form after another, entire 24 forms. So we covered what, 9?
Sir.
Chungmu will be 9 forms.
We did 8.
Anyway, the remaining forms, okay?
Why don't we do
So,
Chungmu all the way?
without any explanation, and as I said, by this time, your body has become so well tuned so that something you have never thought about, it just comes out naturally to you. Remember, initially at the Chunji form, what I said, forms are designed to tune your body parts, muscle parts. So your whole body will be triggered every time you do something. So it becomes most powerful. Okay, next, Chungmu form. Go.
Oh.